Actually, wait, let's go to this. Cause I saw, okay, now it should be fixed. Unless they, okay, now this has stuff now. So we should be good. I don't know why it changes my things to League when I leave it on TFT. Okay, but it should be working now. Hopefully it doesn't switch my category again. Why does it say I'm offline now? What? That doesn't seem right. Okay, whatever. I'm hoping for the best. Because stuff just randomly stops working. So yeah, these are the data mine changes current PBE released. I'm pretty sure they said that they're locked now. I mean, I'm pretty sure they right locked the changes the last time I went to cover this, but just the info wasn't here. Like it was there, but then they removed it like the exact moment that I wanted to cover it, and then they put it back. I think like an hour or two later. I checked after stream, and the info was there. So yeah, and there's some like this is just every change. Not everything is like an impactful change. So I'll just talk about it. Like this Draven change is they just changed the text. So that's not a real change. But then there's actual changes here I'll talk about. So Morgana got buffed at all ranks. Not a lot. I don't think this is gonna do much. Like Morgana's fine. The problem is just her targeting and the fact that she like compared to stuff like Teemo set 11, like Karma last set. Her targeting is like a little weird, and she takes a little too long to cast. So I mean, she's a one class, but she's fine. But I think she's still a bit of a worse version to Lux. I just don't think we're gonna be seeing Morgana reroll. But I mean, at 1 and 2, I mean, even then, this is like a small difference. So I don't know if this is gonna do anything. Powder buff. It's also a very small buff. Like this is at 1. This is pretty decent because this is like a 10% buff. But at 2 and 3, it's a very small buff. Like this 3-star change is like a 2% buff. It doesn't do anything, but I think Powder's already strong. I think. So they pulled the mana change, which was to buff or to nerf. Actually, because they had a change that they increased their mana costs, which I think would have hurt backline and buffed frontline. So I don't know, but if this is the only thing that they're changing, this doesn't really mean anything. This, I mean, these numbers are decent, but like this doesn't really change anything about Trundle. He might be like he's slightly better early game, Still falls off late game. Vex, did she get any changes at all? 3 star. Vex 3 is buffed. I don't think like she's rerollable currently anyway, but I think the only place where I've seen Vex be rerolled is with Aurelia here augment. So it might be viable with that. I mean, currently you don't go for Vex, like you don't really care about that. But it might be it might be not troll now. I mean, even then, like this is a 10% damage increase. Like that isn't bad at all. I don't expect Vex reroll to be meta. I think this does make it playable. I'm trying to think what the comp would be. I don't know. I might think about it later, but I it's not a bad change. Like I think it's bad. It is impactful. Violet change. This is I think the B patch change. So I think this is already in the game. Yeah. Zyra buff. This is fine, I think. It's not too great. I mean, it does help a bit. I think they could buff it more. I think it's a fine change. Akali is getting nerfed, and this one I don't really understand because you kind of need a lot to line up to make Akali work. And if she's getting nerfed at 3, like I can't really see this getting played. The thing is, there's some other changes that I mean, maybe she'll be played, but she's not the main carry anymore. I'll talk about that later. Camille getting gutted. They, yeah. So they're reducing her damage here at 1 and 2, and then at 3, it's going down a lot. Like that is a lot of damage being cut. They're also cutting down the healing. Like if you look at this number and just multiply it by your AD, your crit, that's like what, a 15% damage decrease? No, it's like 20. It's like a 20% damage decrease. And then this is also getting cut. Camille's getting like absolutely screwed. I think this is an overshot. I think this could have been kept the same. This definitely, that's fine. That's fair. I think this could have been kept the same. I think this could be like two set. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the thing is, from this to this, I don't know why that existed in the first place. So I guess this is probably fine, but I think you could leave this at 240. So that she at least can tempo a little bit. Because I think this is going to be balanced thrashing, where now she might be unclickable. I'm not sure. I'll have to see on PBE. But I mean, everyone's just off playing Camille, so I think the only way to know is if I play it myself, and that's not something I'm looking forward to. Nocturne getting buffed. Nocturne doesn't need to get buffed because of a different change, but I think it's fine. I think it doesn't matter much. I mean, this is actually a pretty big buff, but I don't think it's needed. So I don't know if I like it. Especially because you're not building attack speed. Like, you're not trying to. So, well, I'm not sure how I feel about this, given a different change. We're not a buff. We're not a needed buffs. I think she's pretty solid, to be honest. I think this helps a lot. I think that there are some other things that are needed for Cambarin for that to be playable. but I think Renata, like on her own, is quite good. And I've been trying to get something working with her, but I need to figure that out, and I probably will be doing that later. Just on a buff needed. Fair. I think this is like one of the only levers they can use to buff her because buffing her AD is kind of problematic given her ability scaling, and buffing the ability damage is also kind of rough because that affects her stacking. So I think Riot kind of screwed themselves. But I mean, I think this is fine. I think this is correct. The thing is, I don't know what would happen if this becomes not enough. I mean, what they just buff her attack with more. I don't know, but from my from my experience already playing this, Tristana feels pretty good. So I think this is just a text change. Like even though it looks like a lot, it's just a text change. He's like already does everything. This is also a text change. Maybe not. This like removing this being attack. I don't know what that does, but that might mean something. At the like obviously that would be more impactful in something like League, but in TFT I don't know what the difference between something being classed as an attack and something not being classed as an attack. Other than stuff like on hits, which is like rune-ons or something, but I don't know what that actually matters for here. I don't know. Zeri buff, not that small of a buff. I think it's small, but it's fine. I think I don't think Zeri was like super weak. But I think she needed a small buff, and this is a small buff. This is about what's expected. I think this is perfectly fine. Ziggs buff. So Ziggs definitely needed a buff, and this is a pretty good buff. And then from playing against it on PBE, he's pretty strong. I don't think he's broken, but I think he's strong. So I think that they got what they wanted. Like I remember playing against the worth the wait Ziggs, and that thing was one-shotting my backline on its second cast. So that like Ziggs early game might be something to look at, but they barely touched it. So I think that's fine. I mean, this number a little interesting. I don't think this is too far. Like, I think they've been very reserved with most of these changes, except for the Camille one, which I think they overshot. It doesn't seem that much, but from playing against it, I don't know. I mean, that was a particularly high rough spot. If I see more of it later, that might be a problem. Blitzcrank, it's a small buff. I think it's pretty good. It scales with Dominator, so it's like not this much. Like you might get a little bit more. But overall, I think it's fine. I'm not sure if Blitzcrank needed a buff. The problem with Blitzcrank was just that neither of his traits were particularly good. Like all the units that he wants to play with weren't that good, and like the only like thing would be Cog, but Cog, like the reason that's not playable is because Automata was bad, not because Blitzcrank was bad, and also because actually, I mean, actually, it's just because Scar was too strong, not even because Blitzcrank was weak. But it's fine. I think next patch from testing stuff, Blitzcrank might be very strong. Gangplank melee buff. I think Gangplank melee is awful, so it's needed. I think they could have buffed the healing more because he's too much of a glass cannon, and yeah, he doesn't do like He does more damage for sure, but I mean, if he wants to be glass cannony like Camille, it might be okay. But he doesn't heal that much, and he's kind of slow, and I don't know. His cast takes a while. I'm still not sure that he's gonna be like that good, but we'll see. Kog'Maw, very small nerf, only at 1 and 2. I think this is fine, honestly. I think they could have even nerfed it a bit more, but they definitely hit the right spots because early it was like this matters a lot more. Like Kog'Maw be on stage 2 and stage 3 is incredibly strong, and that's what they wanted to hit. And then he kind of like, if you get to a certain point, you can maybe win a game, but he does kind of fall off compared to like all the Malzahars, LeBlancs, Heimerdingers. So I think that's pretty fair for a 3-cost reroll. So I don't think that's the problem. But on stage 2 and stage 3, he's very good at it. He's just very good. So I think maybe they could have done it a little bit more, but like not that much more. I don't know how much more. I think 45 would be way too low for sure. So like 47. I don't know. We'll see how he feels on this patch. Loris buff. Loris is like, he wasn't even bad. He's just awkward to play because all the Sentinels do something, and he doesn't. This buff isn't even that big. I mean, this one matters a lot more. This is a whatever change. Scar. Yeah, I'll talk about Automata later because that one is definitely very impactful. Scar definitely needs to be nerfed. He was 100% carrying the Kog'Maw comp. This nerf isn't that big. This damage, like this stuff doesn't matter. The mana cost, this is impactful. I think this hurts a lot. I think this is fine. I think this is completely fair. I don't remember if they did anything to Firelights. I'll see when I go to traits, but I feel like that's what really needed to be touched because I feel like none of this matters at all. I think, like I said, mana is impactful, so this is like the only real nerf. Yeah, but I think it's deserved. Smeech, base AD buff 2, not like crazy. I don't think he needed this. I thought he was fine, but I don't remember what they did to Ambusher, so maybe it's needed. I think considering that they nerfed Camille so heavily, that it might be warranted. I need to check back with what they did to Ambusher. But Smeech was already fine, so I think Smeech was like correct power level. Swain nerf early. Oh, only wait, okay. Buff late. That's correct, and then nerf early. That's correct. Yeah, this is correct. I don't know. I think, is this enough? It might be. I think this is a pretty decent change. This is like 8% buff, and then this is small nerf, but he's not like too. I think this is fine. I think both like directionally correct at the very least. I will say that Conqueror is already pretty strong though, so I don't know if like, I think the Conqueror change like balances this if you play it with that, and then this kind of is like a higher end. And I remember from playing on PBE launch that this like Swain was a I don't remember what the original numbers were though. So, but yeah, Melee Swain might be in a lot of comps again as like the actual tank. You know, because now let's compare per second, 15 per second plus 30, and then what minimum 6 seconds, so it's like 100 change. And like it adds up, is what I'm saying. Like so, like even though this looks small, actually, I would love to look back and see what the original numbers were like on PBE and how they compare to this. If this is like a middle ground, because it might have been like 400 or something. In which case, this would be correct. Maybe I don't know. TF is interesting because he's good, but like he's not good with his traits. So like he's just awkward to play. So like he kind of needs a buff, but like he as a unit is like pretty good. So I mean, this is about what you'd expect. I think this is fine. This isn't too overboard. I think TF still kind of has like a rough spot because he's like really hard to play and enforce. Like even though you have like Loris and him as 3 costs, the rest of Enforcer doesn't play well with him because like you don't want Spark or Shiv because there's no other magic damage in Enforcer, and like you have 2 Sniper, and you have Vi who's also AD. It's just kind of rough. Like Camille's adaptive, so that doesn't really count. And then in Quick Striker, it's like you have 2-2, 3-4. The closest thing to a Quick Striker TF board is the Emissary board, which is probably the best bet. But even that's kind of awkward because you're also kind of playing around Garen and Bessa. I mean, like, that's the core. You play around TF, Garen, and Bessa. Maybe that comp kind of comes back. And Bessa, okay, the slam. I don't think like I never noticed the slam, so I don't know if this actually matters. This change, I also don't know. Like, okay, the fluidity between forms is kind of an issue with her. So, I mean, this is what this fixes, so this is probably good. I just feel like Mbessa always just dashes the wrong place and dies too quickly, and I don't know if any of this does anything about that. Like, I don't know if swapping between forms faster, if that fixes that or not. So, I don't know. Corky's getting his 2 AD back. I mean, I remember when Corky had this AD that he was actually pretty good. So now he's back. This is just a revert from PBE. Should be fine. I think it's needed because Corky did feel weak. And also Scrap got nerfed, so it's still like a little bit below where it was. Mundo shifting, I honestly don't know if... Okay, so this number was too high. They nerfed it to this. This might be too low, but I think nerfing that is 100% correct. This, I don't know if this needed to be buffed. Dominator Mundo wasn't weak, it was just unpopular. I don't think this needed to be buffed. I think this could have been 20, and this could have been the same. And that would have been fine. And then damage, like, I don't, like, what is the, like, okay, so I didn't even know that the damage was split between single target and, like, AoE. I thought it was, like, just the same AoE damage to everything. So, I don't know if this is correct, because I never noticed. I mean, so this is, a single target damage is way up. And then the AoE damage is way down. But, like, I don't understand, what is the point of having this if you're going to leave it that low? I don't know. I don't even know what this hits when you play Mundo. Because it's not like his AoE was the prop. I mean, he's just gonna get stuck on the front line more. Maybe that's. You know, he's not gonna get stuck on the front line more. I don't know. This change is really confusing because I just never paid attention to this in the first place. Now I have to think about it. No, yeah, I know that much. Like, I know that they shifted the scaling. It's just the damage portion isn't the part that people were complaining about. The heal is like, I agree. I understand that completely because that's what they said they wanted to do. Like I said, I think the health ratio nerf is correct. I don't know if the AP ratio buff was needed, but directionally they are going in that direction, and I think that's fine because that's what they said they wanted. It's the damage that it's confusing because it's not like I'm questioning whether it's needed, but I don't know. I'll find out from playing. Yeah, whatever. Like, I think because I think you're gonna end up seeing more clips with like you have your Urgot 3 getting or absolutely one-shotting that Mundo 3, and then I think this just makes it worse. Yeah, correct. Because like health stacking Mundo was 100% a problem. So like that's fair. That's completely fair. I think that's correct. Honestly, I think I'll just wait for Mort to talk about it on the patch rundown and see what he said, like how he describes the change to the damage. Let's talk about what they were thinking about. Okay, the Bruiser Mundo definitely needed to be touched. So, and they did that. At least I don't know what the point of touching the damage. I mean, is this the one that was already? Is this B patch? I think this is B patch. I think this is already in the game. I remember seeing this on B patch. I don't know why they did it. Like, I don't think it was too strong, and they barely did anything. But yeah, I think that's already in the game. Heimer nerf. I think this is correct. I think like the amounts are about correct because he doesn't need like a big nerf. But this is like not that small of a nerf. This is an 8% nerf at one, and then at two it's 6% about. Yeah, I think it's fine. I feel like the other problem is that yeah they didn't buff Zoe, so I think they could have done that. But yeah, I think this is correct. Heimerdinger needs to be in line with Silco and Zoe. Silco not being touched is correct. Heimerdinger is obviously too strong because he's like the best of the three. I think Zoe needed to be buffed. Very slightly, but needed to be buffed. Vi, okay. The thing that matters the most is probably the row damage, and it's got buffed dramatically. This is like a 20% buff. Still not like that crazy, these numbers. But that is what needs to be buffed. This is also like fine. The shield, it's not that relevant. It makes it better with Titans, but I still kind of think that Heimer is better, but I think it's kind of easier to play around Silco because the problem with Heimer is that you prefer blue buff, and summing blue buff is a lot harder. So I think that's why a lot of people play around Silco because you can play around him and you can play around Mordekaiser, and with that you're pretty good. Like, and you can still play Malzahar with either. You don't need like us. Because Heimer needs 4 Visionary, but Malzahar doesn't. Like any level of Visionary is good for Malzahar. So like 2, 4, 6, whatever. So you can still play your 2, and then you can play your 4 Dominator with Silco. So like, I don't think it's that Silco's better. I think it's that he's easier to play, which is, I mean, better in a lot of cases. But like, if you get like a perfect setup for Heimer, I think you're happier. But I think on next patch should be a bit more in line. I mean, it probably shifts more towards Silco now that their peaks are lower, or his peak is a little lower, but the floor for Silco is a bit higher. I buy it. I mean, okay, like they did all the things that they needed to do. I think it should be fine now, right? Like, I don't know what else they would change besides like maybe her base resists could have been buffed. I feel like that could have been fine. But they touched all the things that they could have. So I think this is probably the most important one. Should be fine. Caitlyn, buff. Buff here too. I don't think she's that weak. I don't know if she needs this. I guess she might be weak if you're comparing her to Malzahar, but I feel like that's just you nerf Malzahar. Jace. Because, like, they didn't touch range Jace. They both melee Jace, I think. Okay, wait. This change, I don't know if this is needed. Jace? Melee Jace doing more damage. Things, I don't know if it's only to main target. I don't know if this does anything, even though that's like a not bad buff. It's like a 12% buff. I don't think people want to put items onto melee Jace besides like Thieves' Gloves. I feel like he doesn't synergize super well. For single target, it's still not that good. Like, this is still effectively a Violet 3 cast onto one target, and then you have the AoE. I feel like they could have just made him like more tanky or something. Or maybe even buff this. Though this is like, see, this balance problem is it's the same as the Vi problem, whereas how much easy AoE or like lazy AoE, I think is a better way to say it. Like how much would that be beneficial? Because right now you don't even notice this at all. You just notice the one person getting a CC'd, and that's kind of what you think about. Whatever. I think Jace is just a good flex just because of the Hexforge thing. So I don't know. Like I think it's fine. But I don't think that change is correct. I think they should have done something else. Jinx. What did they do? They buffed the Jinx 3. Sure. Okay. That's fine, I guess. Malzahar nerf. It's fine. Might be too much. It's like a 30% nerf. Might be too much. Wait, 30? No, not 30, but like 25. But still, that's a lot. That might be too much. I think this could be. I think, okay, Mazahar one was strong, but okay, so, this could have been like what 15, and that would have been a 18% nerf. No, that would be 20% nerf. That's fine. I think that's. I think he's over nerfed. I don't think it matters much because of what they did to Automata, but that's a big nerf. Like I think that's also an overshot. We'll have to see what the stats on not Automata Malzahar looks like. Academy, this doesn't do anything. Like, like this doesn't do anything. Like, it's not enough. I think, given the RNG of the Academy items, these need to be like a lot higher. Like all of these, not like like this doesn't need to be much higher, but like this needs to be much higher. Cause like best case scenario, you put 3 items onto your Academy, and you're getting about the same amount of damage as like 4 form swapper. Which I don't know if that's what do you want. Okay, Ambush. Okay, so they buffed to okay. Oh, buff crit chance, nerf damage, nerf damage. Is this needed? So at 5, you're 10 crit damage down. So I feel like this matters more than the actual Smeech change. Oh, for lol chest, I don't play a lot of ranked, right? At least I haven't played a lot of ranked right now. I mean, you can look up. I mean, it's just my name's just STheHero. I'll pull it up now. But I spend more time on PBE than I do on live, so I think I have like what 15 games, 20 games, 26, 9 wins. And like I'm very inconsistent with rank. I guess my peak was like what here, and then like oh, you go here. Yeah, this is like peak. But I don't get to play a lot of games, so it makes me not want to play or not care much about ranked at all. Because this is like when I was actually able to play games, and then I'm here. But if you look at the actual what like this, like I don't play that much. Like if you actually go to games played, like this is very little. This is a bit more, and I just sit at masters and like I'm very lazy. But maybe one time I'll do a box boot camp or something if I get invited. And maybe I'll actually play ranked. But I have more fun playing on PBE anyway. And creating and leaking tech that other YouTubers clickbait. Archillers. I think this is fine. I'm not sure if it's enough. I'm comparing this to Hunter from last sets, where it was like 100 or something for 6 Hunter. And then like you have the rockets, and it's double damage. What was 4 Hunter? I think it was like, I'm okay. I think these are still too low. Even with this, every 5 you get 125. So that's 25%. Actually, maybe it's about you. I still think these need buffs. 2 and 4. But this helps a bit more. I think given... Actually, not even, because they balanced Tristana. Like, they gave her a lower base AD to compensate for her infinite scaling on her passive. And this is just more... doesn't scale that much with Tristana. But with Corki, it might... Like, 4 Artiller's Corki might be back. Or, slash, viable. Okay. Automata, this is the big change of the patch because... See this? Like, not big a deal. This? Okay. But like, well, what did they do to Automata +1? Like, what? Oh. Like, 6 Automata gives more armor magic resist than 6 Sentinel. Yeah, that doesn't seem right. You get one of these for free too. And even 4. I think this is a lot. Because this is pretty much 4 Sentinel, but you have the damage, and you can put it on units that aren't balanced around. Because Sentinels were balanced around having their armor and MR, Automata were not balanced around having high armor and MR. So, playing Automata from like a tempo standpoint on PBE is really strong. And I'll probably play more of that, just to show that. Cambarin. Okay, so I think none of this matters. Honestly. Because the problem is that this part wasn't the weak part. Like, it should be like, if you hit, you win, and if you don't hit, if you don't survive, you lose. And it's already like that. The problem is that like, this is too weak. Because at cash out, you already win the lobby. Like, if you play it correctly. And if they wanted to make it so that you get more, or like cash out easier, which I guess people complain about because if you like right now, if you don't get 3 Cambarin at 2-1, you just shouldn't play it. Like that's what the consensus is at high elo. But like this is just win more. I mean, I guess this gives you more health while you're trying to win out, or you're trying to survive. Eh. I don't know. I personally wanted them to make the early cash outs less terrible. Yeah, because it's not even comparable to Underground, which is probably the best variation of this. Like you have to play it for longer, and you can only use the items on Chem Barons. And the problem is that early items for the Chem Baron cash outs are worse than regular items. Like the Chem Baron 1 items are about equal to normal items. The tier 0 items are worse than regular items. The tier 2 are like artifacts. I think that's fine, but the thing is like how much time you have to spend to get them, it's just not that good. Especially given you're so limited onto who you put them on. So I don't know. This trade's gonna need a lot of work. Like the highs are super high, but I this doesn't they don't need to buff the highs. Okay. Oh, okay. So they did lower this again. So this was 20, and I think it was too strong. It's 18. I think it's better. I think this is what it was on PBE launch. So when I saw that this was 20, I thought that was insane. Like you literally just play Conqueror Fast 9 every game and you can just play a bunch of high costs and just win. Because you just 50 streak. This is I mean okay, this is I mean I think this is still gonna do that. Because I think this like on current patch, you can still play that way and get pretty decent results. And then this I don't know, I'll try it. I mean, I played one game and I just won the game for free just by playing Conqueror Opener. I don't know. We'll see if it happens again. Emissary. I think this is too much. I think this is like too much of a nerf. I don't think they needed to do that. If anything, just nerf Garen himself, his base stat by like 50. Because now this is just not good. It's just not very good. This is too low. Whatever, Garen himself is strong, so I guess it's fine. But I don't like this change at all. Enforcer, this is... Yeah, it's just a text change. Good fix. This is B patch. This already exists. Firelights. This is C patch. This was already in the game and they didn't do anything further. I don't know how that works. I think they didn't make changes because they can't. I think that's what they said because they had the thing and they were like I know the way that the patch system works is that if they make a change in the actual patch and then they make another change, they can't follow up on that other change. But I don't think B patching last patch would. I didn't think that would affect how they do it this patch. Whereas I think they wanted to change this for this patch as well, like further. Whatever, this is already in the game. See this one. This one's also already in the game, right? I remember seeing it. I remember seeing one of the trade. I'm pretty sure it was this one, but I don't remember if it was this number. I don't think it was this number. I mean, like, I could be wrong. I don't have a way of knowing. It might just be that this is the number that they had in like the B or C patch or whatever. In which case, I can't really comment on it. Because even though these are really cool, I don't know, the spots that I get them in are like really bad, where I can just never take them. But I think this one is underrated and it got buffed, so whatever. I think this is just what it was, like whatever it is on life patch. This is just what it is. But I haven't taken it on life. I've only played this on PBE before the set launch, so I don't know. But I am not gonna comment on it then. 8 pet nerf. This is fine. I mean, yeah, this is fine. I played against it 2 days ago. No, I think they still won out. So I mean, this is fine, but it didn't feel like that crazy. Yeah, okay. I think this is fine. Like I think I still got destroyed, but that's a big nerf. I think it's fine. I think for how easy it is relatively, because you only have to be level eights. I think it's fine. This is also fine, maybe. I don't think this was too strong, honestly. Actually, no. When they buffed this to 2 seconds, I think then it became too strong from 1.5. I don't know. I don't see this. I don't really care. It's 10. I feel like if you hit 10 rebel, they should let people have their fun. Especially since rebel is like kind of pretty fake trait. Like it's just jinx. So like half the units are fake. You're just relying on the jinx rockets. Well, what? I mean, I'm not gonna comment on it. Scrap. This is also already in the game. Is this in the game? I don't know. It's just a regular change. I mean, they're nerfing it, so I think this isn't a further nerf. I think this is just the one that already exists. I think this is B patch. Sure. I'm just gonna assume this is already B patch. Sorcerer buff. I mean, they have to do this because the problem with Sorcerer is that you don't have a front line. With the Swain buff, this might be playable. At least 6 might be playable. Yeah, we'll see how this in the Swain buff does. It's because 10 more AP and then Swain got like 10% buff. Like frontline Swain. And you need a emblem for 8 and you'd put the emblem on a frontliner. So it doesn't really do much there. But 6 might be playable. I actually should try that. Hodge nerf. Completely fair. This is a lot closer to what it should be. I think it's perfectly fine. Bramble Vest buff. I think it's also fine. I think this when they gave this the max health, but then they gave Dragon Claw like way more. That didn't make any sense to me because it also had way stronger regen. So I think this is perfectly. I think this is way overdue. So yeah, good change. Luden's Tempest buff. Don't know why this is getting buffed. I think the problem is that people don't know how to play this. It's not that the artifact is weak. I think the artifact is incredibly strong. Like I think well, people are just putting it on the wrong units because they don't know what this does. Because they don't know how overkill damage works. But I mean, this is like a small buff anyway, so it's fine. It's No, because I'm about to drop the guide for this, and then it's gonna get nerfed. They're gonna nerf the overkill, or they're gonna remove it. They should just not touch it at all, because now people are gonna look at it. Whatever. Silvermere nerf. This is fine. This is deserved. Yep. Trenchcoat nerf. They gave it back some of the health, but yeah, this was lower. Wait, was it? No. No, this is just what it was. I don't know what I'm like considering that with, but I don't think this needed to be nerfed. I think this was. Honestly, I don't even know what to think because this is such a thresholdy artifact that it might be that the copies are too squishy. I don't know. I really. I mean, it's nerfed. I I understand it needed to be nerfed somehow, and this is what they could have touched. So we'll see how that goes. These they just changed the text. But yeah, if you look at these are like worse than normal items. So I don't understand if you were playing these units anyways and you wanted to put these items on them. I don't understand why. But this is just like a worse Archangels. This is like I don't know. But if you took the time to cash out and put this on like a singed or whatever, why would you put this on them over an actual item? Like if anything, just make the early cash outs not give anything. Like just make it give more gold or something. Well, that makes it too easy to pivot. I mean, like, okay, I understand that. Like, you just tech in Chem Baron and then cash out, and then it's okay. I get that. Never mind. But like, like literally the only use you're gonna see out of these was the Chem Baron bug, and you can just take every cash out, and you just put this on the units you don't care about. When you're actually trying to put items on units, I feel like there's just no point in taking these. And then, okay, all this is still just text changes. They just flipped this. Didn't do anything. I think these are fine. I think these need to be more accessible. And then these are fine. And then the accessibility for the perfected are fine. I think these should be at the threshold they are, but I think the other ones should be more accessible early. Like, I think these should be easier to get. I think these should be easier to get. Slash, maybe you get like two, or I don't know. I don't remember what the exact cash outs are. I think that system is kind of bad. Considering how hard it is for the early breakpoints of Shimmer. Yeah. Oh, Rumble changes. Oh, I didn't know this was here. Whatever. So, self-destruct nerf. Honestly, deserved. I think this is like sleeper OP. Because you just hit Rumble in 6 Sentinel. Like you're gonna play it anyways, but it just scales so well, and then it's just a bomb. Like you're just using Rumble as a bomb. I think I mean I guess this is also fine because this is like a big spike. But I think this is directionally fine. I mean, it's good that they touched this and not like actual Rumble. So I guess I'll I think this is fine. So wait, what's this? This is what is this? Junker King. This is like the anomaly. Like this. This is the. I mean, this is the icon they use for just the anomaly. This is like what they use for the another anomaly. But like, what is? Huh? I don't know what this is. Is this like a new anomaly? Oh, it might be. Actually, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. This. Oh, okay. I saw this, and they're like, I think they're testing which change is better. But right now, neither of these are clickable. I think neither of these are still click. I mean, people are learning a bit more as to like what to take this. So this is good on Hero Augment Singed and Rumble, and maybe regular Singed, but that's about it. And then this is like Vander, and that's it. So yeah, I don't know if this is enough. I might try it though. Berserker Rage, I think this was fine. This is very strong. Going from 60 to 75. That's a lot of stats. That's a lot of stats. And like you pair this with a Hodge, so you get, or you can pair this with multiple Hodges. You get your stats, and then when you're below health, you get a ton of Omnivamp. Like you get more. You just heal back. Like I think that's a thing. This doesn't need to be nerfed. This I don't think this was strong. Especially with backside changes that they showed. That I don't know. They had trouble implementing. This is I don't know why they did this. I think this needs to be buffed, not nerfed. This is not enough. It needs to scale a little bit better. Also, this has supposed attack speed scaling, like the speed, but like I can't even tell the difference, so I don't know. It, yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is still not very good. It is interesting though how this scales with a range, but I don't think it's enough still. There might this one needs to be explored a lot more because there is a lot of theoretical ways this can be good. The problem is that the numbers are probably too low, but it might be worth figuring out what the setup is once they buff it again, because they probably will. Comeback story got buffed. I don't know what to say. I don't know why they buffed it. Like, I don't think people realize how this works. Like, you're going to be one life at some point, and you're just gonna have 54% damage amp. Like, at some point, you are going to have more than every other damage amp. And it's for free. Like, there's no condition. You don't have to be re-rolling. You don't have to. I think people just don't know how to use this one, and they take it when they're. I don't know. I don't know why. I mean, they're obviously doing it based on like stats or whatever. But I don't think this was weak at all. I think on average you're gonna take this at like half health, and you're already gonna have like the same damage amp as everything else. This, given that it doesn't include base stats, I think this is fine. Because the problem is that there's like diminishing returns anyway on the armor and magic resist. So I don't think there's much incentive to stack more. So I think this needed to be buffed. There. Dramatic entrance nerf. Well, this is like a buff, but like it's like a small buff. But this nerf, this is completely fair. This, I've been calling for this for a while. I don't know why they decided this needs to be 70%. Like they buffed this. They buffed it to 70% from 60. It used to be 60. And then they buffed it for literally zero reason. But it's just better than every other tank anomaly. And it gives a board-wide stun. I don't know why they felt the need that it needed to be buffed. So I'm glad they're at least nerfing it to like slightly below the other tank anomalies, but this is still incredibly good. Again, this anomaly is still insane. I think this is perfectly fine. Fireball nerf. Again. I mean, I think it's fine. I feel like the abuse cases aren't as bad as they seem. I mean, it's strong and visionary, so it's I understand it. The only thing is, like, the best users already have, they already want Merlot. The best users Melvahar. They have Burn, so, eh. But, like, I understand the change, it's fine. Why? Why did they insist on making this worse than Dramatic Entrance? Like, at 6 seconds, you already get the full value for here. Why did they insist on making this worse? Like, it caps barely above Dramatic Entrance. And now you're getting max value at 20 seconds. And they hide anomaly stats. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the stats look like, but I don't know. They have to know what they're doing if they're gonna do something like that. So I'm just gonna assume so. This is just. I didn't know that. I thought it already didn't count unique traits. I mean, that just makes it worse. But like, okay, compare this to what comeback story. How many activated traits are you realistically gonna have in a game? Like, let's say like a pretty good setup, and you have 7, which is above average in most cases. 31.5. Comparing it to comeback story, like I don't see why you would take this or that. This needs to be buffed, so this is fine. Considering this is like physical damage, subject to armor. The units using this are going to be hitting frontline, so like it's. Yeah, maybe there's a world with experiment Twitch stacking health. Maybe there's a world we use this on the backliner. I would like to try that. I mean, this is probably worse than Dragon Soul though. But it has no. You get probably on the same. Yeah, it's probably a worse version of Dragon Soul, so it's probably not worth it. But yeah, this needed to be buffed, so that's fine. This is already in the game. This is B patch or C patch or I don't know. That's one of the hot fixes. Yeah, this is fine. This needed to be nerfed. This got nerfed. Kill streak. Also fair. Too many synergies with specific units. The problem is that now there's less units that you want to use this. But I mean, you'd still take this on Malzahar. Live patch, I think I'm plat 1 in 26 games. Like, I only have 26 games on live because I have like 70 on PBE. Laser eyes. This needs to be buffed. So, I mean, I don't know if it's... I think this... With the scaling, I think this might be... This might be, like, decent now. Like, it already wasn't that bad. But I want to see if this is good on a couple units. Legacy of Shurima, buff. I don't think this needs to be buffed. I thought it was pretty good already. But we can't see stats, so maybe I'm wrong. But I mean, these stats were already pretty good. Mage armor buff. I don't think people were aware that this was already strong. I don't know what the stats look like, but this is definitely like mage armor is like a way better version of these. Like it's like the opposite, but it's like the actually good version. And like you look at this ratio, it's 50% compared to 20 like 25-30, but it's easier to stack AP than it is to stack armor and magic resist. So I expect this to be very strong. Like you give this to like a sorcerer Swain. Like let's say you just have 6 sorcerer Swain. What else? I don't know, I'm not gonna count any other magic resist, but that's 195, so that's just 100, almost 100 armor and magic resist for free, just because you have a sorcerer Swain. Yeah. Definitely we'll be keeping an eye on this one. Magic training nerf. Fair. I mean, okay, this is only the base nerf. But I think it's fine. I think it's gone underappreciated, the fact that this just outskills everything else really quickly. So, and it gives it to the whole team. Like, what's good about this is that you play this on a comp that doesn't have a lot of AP but wants it, like Visionary. Like, the trait doesn't give them AP, it gives them mana regen, which makes this stacking this way better. And all of them want AP because they're all like magic damage dealers, or at worst, like a magic damage tank. So, yeah, this one, like, this is already very strong. Nothing wasted. Yep, this one also deserved to be hit. So, this one has been way too strong for a while, and I've been saying it for a long time. 1,000 cuts nerf. This is like only a Kog'Maw anomaly, and it got nerfed. I understand that Kog'Maw was too strong. Like the difference between not having this and having this was like pretty big, so like it makes sense. But I feel like they could make this more usable for other units because this is literally only clickable on one unit, and I don't think that's very nice. Like, unless there's some kind of weighted system where you have it more likely to appear on the one unit it's good on. But this, otherwise, this just takes space. Protective shielding nerf. I don't know how to feel about. I feel like it wasn't that. Like I felt like it was like perfectly balanced in its current state. I think initially this was 20% on PBE on launch. That was too strong. I don't know if I don't think this needs to be nerfed more, but like I said, like this was good in specifically Watch or Kog'Maw and maybe Garen. That's about it. But I guess that's broad enough. I mean, I have to see what the stats look like. Oh wait, Scuttle Familiar getting nerfed. I mean, it's bugged, so I don't know. I mean, it's getting nerfed and it's bugged. Like it's bugged in that it doesn't work half the time. Like, you know, like the bug is just that it's not like for a while. I don't know if they fixed it in like the D patch, but like early on in the patch, it just doesn't like calculate properly, and I think it'd give them like what 100 health or something. I don't know if like they fixed that, like if when they did that. But the thing is, I already didn't think it was that good, and it was also bugged, so like I don't think anyone took it. So I don't know what the stats look like. But because people avoided taking it because it was bugged, and they still nerfed it, that might mean that it was actually very good. But like it's I don't know. We can't see stats, so like as like I am someone who was like happy with the idea of stats being gone, but the problem is that there's no transparency when it comes to something like bugs. And in that case, it's like then it would be very helpful to know what's working or not, because they decide to nerf it. Oh yeah, another thing they're removing they're removing forcing because now stuff repeats. I will just be taking it for fun. Oh, on live for sure. You can see if it works. But I need to play on PBE to determine the meta for everyone else. Because that's how that normally goes. Share your energy. I've spent so much time trying to make this work, but it's like the numbers are just too low. Like it just needs to be more. Like obviously it's getting buffed. Might need to be buffed more because I've still not been able to get this to work. But yeah, deserved. Probably not enough. Slime time buff. I feel like people don't know how to use this. They take this in the wrong spots. I think this was already pretty good. Like the strat for this is to treat this as like an extra ability. You use this to augment healing when you need it. But like in places where healing becomes more valuable. So like on a bruiser, this is kind of useless because they already have max health and you're healing for a very small portion of their innate tankiness. But on something like a sentinel or a watcher, where smaller heals are more valuable because they have more resistances. So each point of damage they take is like more valuable. It's good on that. So this is good on like something like Blitzcrank, for instance. Or he has Automata, if you were to play that, which gives him armor and magic resist, and he also has Dominator, which skills. So he ends up healing a lot. His ability is also a shield, and you can heal himself while he's in the shield. So this is like deceptive tankiness, but it's unnecessarily complicated to use. So I understand why people think it's weak. So yeah, where Slow Cooker has the exact opposite problem, where it is not complicated to use at all. You see it getting bigger, and it's doing too much. And yeah, I called this day one. Yeah, fair enough. Deserved. Still strong, and still has its interactions that, like, it's niche knowledge based interaction. So, I mean, unless people start talking about it, which they will probably, but I think Lil Duck knows now. But yeah, deserved. Titanic Strikes, not deserved. This was already strong. This is like very. This is already strong because this is just an extra amplifier of AD for auto attack based champions, and there's a lot of champions that use it well. Like this isn't 30% AD. This is like an amplifier to your total AD. This is like a separate thing from damage amp. It's also AoE, so you take this on Twitch, and like it just scales with everything. I don't know what the stats look, I think, but this was not weak at all. Ultimate Hero nerf. I feel like the biggest nerf is that you can't force it now. I don't know if this is needed. There's a lot of secret Ultimate Hero uses that are very strong, and I loved being able to force those. I mean, this isn't that crazy. I think it's fine, but I think the bigger nerf is just the fact that you can't force it anymore. Because there's whole comps built around it. And in that regard, that's fine. Wolf Familiars, this one was also bugged. I don't know what the bug was, but this was on the same level as the Cosmic Rhythm GP bug, where it was bannable. I never actually found out what the bug was, but it's like a thing I never recommended it anyway. Meanwhile, I was kind of responsible for the discovery of the Cosmic Rhythm GP bug. I mean, partial. I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna delve into that further. But like, at least that one I knew about. This one I don't know, but they buffed it. I mean, it was fine. This was like a fine anomaly. And I mean, if it got buffed, that's fine. I think. I think there's other stuff that needed to be buffed more, is what I'll say. But I'm not gonna complain because I don't. Like this was one that like I think I took twice total, and it was like I was whelmed, not overwhelmed or underwhelmed. I was just whelmed. All that shimmers. They removed this. I think most people didn't know that this was in the game. I didn't. I know that this was in for a while, and I didn't notice. And I found out like not like I mean I found out a while ago, but this was in the game for a lot longer than that. So yeah, I mean they removed it. I think it's fine because this is it's an easy way to nerf this without like actually doing anything to the actual thing. An exalted. I've never been able to take this. I've never seen this, so I can't comment personally. So what? Instead of the 6 rerolls, you get a duplicator. I mean, that seems like a buff. And I mean, that just seems like a buff. So, I mean, 2 cost champions. So, when would you plan to, like mid stage 4 usually? You start 2 of them. Two cost 3 stars. So, I mean, okay, it's like 2 duplicators. I mean, that's like, I guess for the purpose of cashing out, it's net equal, but like 6 rerolls, 2 dupes. It's about the same. But then like you also have the extra ones later on you can use for other uses or even just to get some gold back. So yeah, this is a buff, I would say. This is it's a buff. Is it needed? Probably. This I don't see where you would take this. Like at least last set had multi strikers. This set, I don't know what comp you would take with this with. Because this makes it at least fine to put it onto frontliners. So having 30 extra armor and magic resist on whatever tank of you're choosing to put items on once you finish your backline. Or if like what the melee comp, but there isn't anything I would use it. Like quick strikers, maybe. I don't know if they'd want this though. Yeah, the problem is more I don't know who wants this. So yeah, obviously this is going to be weak. So I mean, they buffed it. I feel like they could have maybe just removed it, but whatever. Another anomaly. Huge. Arcane Retribution. Oh, I've never seen this one. Uh, deal magic damage to all adjacent. The problem with this is that all the sorcerers are ranged, so unless you just sack your things and use them as mines, I mean, honestly, that might not even be a bad idea. Actually, I kind of want to try taking this and using the sorks as mines, but you get a Lux. That's fine. Helps you get Sork and at worst, it's 1 gold. That's fine. At what cost? What does this do? You go to 6. Like, is this just 4 gold or what is? Like, I got that this was strong. Like, I don't know. I don't know what the point of this is, but sure. Black Rose Crown. I removed the Casio. Makes it harder to get it in. I mean, I don't think this really makes a difference. I mean, it's like it makes a difference that it's 3 gold, and I think Spear of Shojin is a buff. So I mean, this might be a buff. I mean, like for the sake of on 2-1, this is a nerf, like for sure. So and I mean, but people do force Black Rose from 2-1, so I guess that's fair enough. Bronze for life. What did they even do? Nothing. Okay. Brutal Revenge. Did they? Oh. for this set. Alright, nice. Last row, last two row. Oh, oh. Eh, I don't see the awkward thing is that the third row is not used very often, so but I think it's fair. I think this is fine. Crafted crafting. I'd never taken this before. Actually, this is one of the ones where like if stats were available, it would be very useful because I've never thought to take. I think I've seen this before, but I've never taken it. How often are you I mean, it's not like. I mean, okay, this is kind of a lot. Like for a silver. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to judge because it's like so infrequent, but it's balanced around a silver. It's like rolling for days is 11. So if you slam items, you get rerolls. I mean, and now it's a lot less. I mean, it's a 50% nerf. So now you have to slam 5 items to get rolling for days. 5.5. So now it's like, when would you take? Now you just won't take this. Yep. Crimson Pact. Okay, so if I recall correctly, this is wrong in that it always only spread to one. So now they're balancing it around actually spreading to one, and then they're just buffing it. So this looks like a rework, but it's a buff because this already only spreads to one, despite what it says. That's what I've been told. I have not got. I've got this like. I don't remember when I got this, but I don't even remember if it did. I don't think I paid attention to that. I think it only did spread to one whenever it was that I got this. But yeah, this is a buff. Crown guarded. The shield lasts 5 seconds longer. I'm fine with that. I mean, I don't know if this needed to be buffed. I think this is like a kind of creative buff. This is like not used very often. Most of the time you have this crown guard. You either triple crown guard something and you put them like frontline and they're gonna break the shield anyway. I can't actually see a use case for this, but I think it's a fine change. I think it's at least interesting. So it's fine. Damify buff. I think more people are going to be willing to sack their whole board for a dummy. So I mean, I'm down. Yeah, at the very least, it would be funny. Enforcer crest, they removed the Loris. I'm curious as to how many of the trades they did that with, because they didn't do this with every trait, but they chose to do it with Enforcer. I'm not sure like which traits have the unit and which ones don't. So, but I mean, I guess did they even make any Enforcer? No, they just buffed Vi. I mean, that was the only thing they needed to do for Enforcer anyway. But they felt the need to nerf this. And this is going from Loris to Maddie. I think it's just preemptive because they predict Enforcer to be strong. But I don't know if the changes they made to Vi is enough to make Enforcer strong. I guess we'll see. Fractured Crystals buff. There is no way this is correct. There's no way this is correct. With how much they buffed Automata, there's no way this is correct. I'm sorry, that's just a mistake. Ghost of Friends Past. I don't remember if this is already in the game. Oh wait, no, this is definitely way more less than it was before. That's a big nerf. I don't know if that's too low or not. Because I mean, okay, you can realistically still stack like 200 health. Could you? How many frontliners are dying between the start and late game? Like, okay, what I'm comparing this to would be like cybernetic augments from like earlier sets. Cybernetic, like prismatic, and that's like what 350 health, and then like I don't remember like 30 AD or 45 AD. I mean, I guess it's better to compare it to things that are in the current sets. I'm not sure. I think this might have passed the point where now it's too low. I'm not sure. I mean, it's allied, so it's still tailored. So I guess like it's probably fine. Loves off buff. Deserve. This augments made Vander worse. Like, not that this is bad, is that but Vander was strong without it. Like, he didn't need this to be a carry. And, like, you could literally go the same items on not gloves off Vander, and he would be strong. But now, maybe this is not bait. Golemify. Okay. I mean, okay, the other one's a dummy, and this is a golem. So I guess that kind of matters. But they gave it less health. I feel like that's a little distracting, even if it's like correct. I think it's a I don't know if people are gonna like that they gave this 150 and the other one 250, even though like it probably is correct. Health is wealth. They nerfed. Okay, okay. So they reverted part of it. At one point, this was 6, and I'm like, there's no way that's like clickable. At 8, I think it's fine. I don't even think this needs to be nerfed, but I think okay, this is better. But this was 6 like a couple days ago, and I was concerned. And this is 15. I think that's fine. Yeah, like these are fine. Lone Hero. I think this is an augment people need to figure out more. Like I still need to figure this one out more. I don't think it needed to be buffed, but I haven't found like the proper spot. So maybe it did. I don't know. This one's just hard to use, and I mean you can't like force stuff, so you can't figure it out. But I think with a larger network, people could figure this out better. I mean, I'm not gonna complain unless everyone starts figuring it out, and then suddenly it's just OP. But I don't think it's gonna get to that point, so it's fine. Malicious monetization. I mean, it's fine. I mean, this one is like kind of strong. Nah, I guess this. You have to like. I think low elo people are not gonna collect this because they're gonna be afraid to take this because they don't know what this is giving them. And I think like high elo that actually know whether they can use this or not because this is a kind of gambling. I guess the better way to say it is it's a knowledge check, and then if you know what you're doing, it's I mean it's still a gamble, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't really know how to judge this. Moonlight, a more stats and typo change. We love those. But yeah, Moonlight's gold. I don't know if I mean this is a niche augment anyway, and like there aren't that many comps that would use it, so kind of needed. I think the problem was more that it's too niche rather than it was like weak. Like at least the prismatic one, you get a 4 star, and there's a lot of 4 stars that you want to play around, or that you can play around. But this one is I still can't imagine the spots that you want to take this. Yeah, so I don't know if this is enough. Prismatic pipeline, they removed the gold orb buff. I think that's fine. Eh, is it fine? So you get a guaranteed prismatic orb, but usually that's it. This might be an over nerf actually. Like unless you get super lucky that you get a prismatic orb again some point later in the game, like everyone gets one. But that's like super rare. And like a single prismatic orb, but it gives more loot. I guess this is closer to like what's the max value you get from this? Like, you can get artifact supports, you can get radiance upgrade, you get more. How does that compare to? I mean, I guess it compares okay. Maybe it's not that bad, but I feel like this was doing a lot of the heavy lifting because you would actually realistically get gold orbs in your game. Like at least one. Pumping up nerf, both of these. I guess that's fine because the attack speed. I feel like all the units that would want it, like this is good on snipers, artillerists, and pit fighters. Like, and this is good on a lot of things. So, whereas quick strikers, like the very few units, attack speed is harder to come by this set. So yeah, I think this is fine. Quality over quantity. Pretty sure this wasn't weak. I think it took a while. It took a long time for people to figure it out, but I think currently it's not bad. I think at the start it was awful because people didn't know how to use it, but now people have figured out how to use it and it's not bad. And now it's getting buffed, so now it's pretty good. Like now that's really good. So the way you want to play quality over quantity is you want to play like a vertical frontline comp and then have some backline carries. You put their single radiant items, you spread them on your front line, and you just normal like 3 item your backline. So like you play like 6 Sentinel Heimer, for instance, you just spread radiant items on your front line, and you just 3 item Heimer normally, or like 6 Bruiser or 6 Watcher, like any of that. And with that, that makes it already strong. And then this gives them more health too, so it just buffs that playstyle more. So now it's good. That's very good. Recon Bob, this didn't actually change. They're just adding the text to clarify that you can't get 6 stars, but it already didn't give you 6 stars. But now they're telling you that. I mean, 6 star. Okay, current 6 stars don't exist yet, so like yeah. Of course they don't do that, but not yeah. You can't turn 5 cost into 6 cost. So I was saying 6 stars, 5 stars. Okay, 5 costs into 6 costs. Scavenger. This is too. I mean, okay, this needed to be buffed. I think it's too RNG, so I don't know if this is that enough. It's also like a win more, whereas you need to get the kills for you to have an augment anyway. And this aren't that many circumstances where you would this would swing a fight. Like if you're already getting the first kills, you're kind of already winning. So this needs to be buffed. I think there might be some other way they need to buff this. I mean, maybe 5 is enough, but like if you've killed 5 enemy champions, like I feel like that's already winning. So shot glitch, you get more rerolls, but like it's gonna be bad for slow APM people, slow brain people like myself. I mean, like 2.5 seconds isn't like that low, so maybe it'll be fine. But you're getting more rerolls, so that's a buff. Starry Night shows you the changes. That's pretty good. I don't really like this augment in general because it's kind of RNG as to like whenever I take it, I never hit the units that I want. Like it just procs on random units in the shop, but like you can't get any value at it. And then when I'm trying to 3 star an Akali or Camille, they just never show up. But okay, well, with the chance scaling with level, which it already does, but I feel like there might be some strategy to, or there might be some incentive to take. I don't know what comps you would use that where you would be okay with taking a 2 star at a high level. Like this, like I should. There's testing that needs to be done with this. I mean, it's more of a comp building thing than it is a gameplay testing. But I need to look through what comps could try to like you tempo level and you try to take some free 3 stars later on. Like what units would like I guess tempo ambushers was what it would be, but Camille got gutted. I don't know what the equivalent now would be. But from a tempo ambusher playstyle or perspective, you could go for Echo Jinx, which is like already secretly good, but then you could just hit like a couple of Camille's in your shop at like 8, and you have a 3 star Camille suddenly. And if you don't, it doesn't really matter. I don't know. Support mining, buff. I didn't think this was. I mean, I guess there's like a problem where sometimes you just win fights and it doesn't die. Like, so you're kind of forced to solo frontline it to make sure it dies. Because the comparison is this to help is on the way, where I think it was like 6 rounds or 7 when you get the support anvil, but this gives you a dummy. It felt bad when you win, but the dummy doesn't die. And then to have to solo frontline kind of removes the point of the dummy because you're getting like two autos off before your like you're getting two autos off on the enemy tanks before anything happens, and that doesn't really do that much. Like, what's the point of the dummy? Table scrap? I don't think I've ever seen this one. Oh no, I have seen this one. This is getting nerfed. Oh, and it's item. Oh. I mean, okay, you're most likely get tank components though. I mean, that might be better, honestly, if it's like tailored. Well, that's not tailored, but like there's like a little bit of influence. Like you're okay, so the components that are most likely to be left on carousel are tank components. So you're most likely to get tank components. That can be pretty good. Because at least it's kind of consistent. Training arc. Huge. Geniuses. We already saw this. Oh, it was like, wait. Oh, it might have been that it got patched, but then they actually did further change it. I don't know why it's appearing twice. And not the other stuff that. Oh, wait, they added a jewel call. Wait, so they can, but they didn't. They didn't nerf like Firelight or all the other stuff that they said they wanted to, but they were able to do it for this. I don't know how that works, but I thought they said they couldn't, but they did this. Like, whatever. Trifecta nerf. This was annoying to play around, but yeah, I mean it was good. It was very good. Like the thing is, you pretty much had to play this with like Cog because there aren't any viable three class rerolls besides that at the moment. Actually, Swain. You play this with Swain, but yeah, this was very strong. This was super strong. Trolling. I think people just don't know how to play this. I don't think this needed to be buffed. I think people just don't know how to play this. Because what now his mana cost is 40. You just auto attack 4 times. And you just Rage Blade BT plus like Rage Blade BT plus like QSS or something. Like the problem is that everyone's recommending you build certain like way, and I think that's just wrong. I think that's why people are bad at this. But whatever. I mean, if I get it, I can showcase what I think. I have not gotten this since like the first few games of PBE, and then that's it. Yeah, that's most of the patch. Most of the changes are here, so that should be everything. All right, time to play. I probably should have like started Q. Oh, it's only 2 minutes. That's not Q hell. Or hopefully I can actually get into a game. Because the last time I played PB on stream, I was in Q hell. But then when I played off stream, it was fine. I think I'm in Q hell. Why is it every time I stream and not when I just randomly play one game off stream? Like, there's actually so much things I want to test. Like, I need to figure out Renata reroll. Cause I got griefed so hard by the Ledux thing. But it works for him, and it just doesn't for me. And then I do mine, and it also, like, mine also starts not working for me. Or literally anything. Another Tempo Automata, another Tempo Conqueror, another... Give me a hero augment, give me the Trundle hero augment. Like, even though I can do that one on live, like... Gotta get some games of stuff like that. Give me Artifact Anvil, like... There's like 5 of them I want to showcase stuff on. Nothing. I read about Macau because I'm not going.
This may hurt.
We will resist. Where they fell, freedom grew.
Unmatched power.
So these items.
How'd that taste?
Family crest? Do I test? I have 0 family. I don't like not terrible items. Raining gold and I just play anything. Good enough. Oh, I guess that's Zeri. That was Zeri too. Okay, so these items are... I'm gonna play.
Death is in bloom.
I am too indecisive. These items aren't good.
Us or them.
I kind of don't want to slam because I kind of want to figure out stuff. Like, if I really wanted to, I would just slam something and fast 9 from the spot. That's so boring.
seen enough darkness.
Something need killing.
What am I doing here? Oh, there's that. I could look vertical sorks. Yeah, I'm not gonna keep this stuff. Maybe I could put maybe Dominator.
Death is in bloom.
Who's this? Ambusher. Pit Fighter. Family reroll. See, I'm glad I didn't reroll family. Tempo, that might be like Corky. It's just tempo. I really hope it's not like they don't commit sorks. So I'm baited into playing Conqueror when I can just play like it doesn't really matter, but like I agree for the 2 gold every time. I could have maybe started with like a health here. I gotta make a mind. We'll just make 20. Spat. I'm down to spat. Okay. Fair. Well, I just like... Oh, I should take the tier. I could just tempo Automata. Well, I don't have tempo, right? But like... I can... I'll do this for now. Wrap Crypt Striker. That seems like... That seems hard to use. I have an Echo already. Clutch locks his shield to do more damage. I guess I could have played a call if I wanted to. But I kind of want to see if I could just... Tempo. Like I just... Take Cog 2 and I go to 9. I want to see if what happened that other game I played some time ago is replicable. Because what, this is I think this is just a 5 armor and MR buff. This isn't... At 2 it doesn't really do anything. Hey, Zanya's the Swain. I feel like Zanya's on the main tank is not correct. I mean, I guess for now it's fine, but... If that stays on there, a little concerning. I mean, Swain is not weak. What is... Yeah, that's fine. Poor Conk. I mean, yeah, they're just... Okay, let's just get the things in. And then... I know, like, this isn't the actual answer for... thing. But... I'll run with it. Or nada. I kinda like the Zyra. I'll keep the Zyra.
This may hurt.
Okay. I think I have to make TG, which is... Swain.
A conquered nation is a loyal one.
I guess that's better. Oh, I can like form swapper things. Let's see, like this is backline, so
This may hurt.
what am I looking for?
I will not tolerate interference.
Like I can move him between frontline and backline depending on what items he gets. I think it's like a funny thing he can do. Not in this comp. Betrayal? Oh. No. This is probably fine. This is also fine. Huh. I think mentorship is better in this. Yeah, no problem, man. Oh, she's from Brazil. Hello. Man. It's just the 3-item violet. What the- what? That's disgusting. And also, like, how many Zerus have I seen? Is this 4 or 5? Well, like, they really wanted me to play the Zeri, even though... Are my items even that bad for it? Okay, so... This is backline again.
Bring on the bad bad guys.
It's this, but like, I guess that could be better. Actually, I should just roll for 4. Yeah, I'm trolling
Try to die with
because I'm ignoring everything I said. And all the people that are forcing their thing, how they hit their things. That's Loris 2, Camille 2 with items. Like, four emissary strong. Vertical Enforcer, I haven't seen, like, I heard people talking about it, but I haven't seen it. So I don't know. But they had the presence of mind to nerf the emissary crest emblem. So it's probably good. But I haven't seen it. I mean, what I'm looking to test now more is Automata, because I think it's really good. It feels good. But it's a low sample size. But I think that, I don't know if it stands out, but it's definitely a lot better than it was before. Mel, as a carry, I think is better than, oh, whoa. I want to roll for, I could have used that Casio. Like, 1 cog would be nice. I don't. Timer? Okay, so I'm not. Do I get a trait in? Actually, I mean, it's visionary. Whatever. Mel is, I think, the best carry of the 6 costs. I mean, okay, so people got baited into thinking Victor's a carry, when at least in his current balance, he's a stun bot, and Warwick is like really inconsistent, where he's just like a global collector, and if he doesn't have 3 items, he's not actually very good. So you kind of like just want to like just build like Edge of Night, QSS, healing, and just make sure he lives long enough to execute. Whereas Mel is like the closest to like an actual carry, and I think the easiest to actually flex. So for Automata, it's not... Okay, so there's the reroll that existed, but isn't that strong. I mean, COG barely got nerfed, so it's probably still viable, but what I want to test more is just tempo. You don't care about COG, but you just push for levels and stuff. I feel like I should make my mind. I mean, I didn't hit a COG. This is backline.
sacrifices must be made.
Emissary's fine. I'm not gonna play this. I'm just gonna commit to my delusion that... Also, let's do this now. Because, okay, at 4, they gave it like a lot more resists. I think Mel is definitely the coolest one. Just visually. Because she... I don't know. Her thing, like, visually, like, it covers the screen, and then you get the revive mechanic. I think that's cool. I think Mel as a flex, or if you find her early, and, like, you're about to die, because it's not that hard for her to get the revive. It's 12 casts, but she has 40 mana. So, in, like, 2 or 3 fights, you can get it. So you can kind of use it to cheese placements, I think. But yeah, I am excited for all the 6 costs. I think balance-wise, there's still some work. But, okay. I want to roll on 7. And hope I just need 1 cog. I need 1 cog.
I will not tolerate interference.
I mean, 1 spat would be nice too, but that's asking for much. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I put this. I'm not going for that. Actually, I can keep
Swords
this if I
with me
hit the
every
cog,
fight.
but...
This time's no different.
Oh, cog switch.
They
Okay.
are the plague.
Reinhard Mundo. So I put this, and then I don't need this anymore. Uh...
Try to
I really
die.
want redemption though. But no, this is too valuable, and then this becomes third item.
Don't blink.
I don't need this anymore. This. Yeah, no, I don't think it's healthy for the game long run, but I mean, you have to keep in mind that, I mean, okay, people are screaming for Macau, so there's actually is going to be a lot of data for this, but normally you don't see like you have like this cool new thing 6 costs, but there's very few people who play on PBE to test that. Do I don't. I okay. I said I would test that, but bronze for life. Do I don't even know what the thing is. I mean, this is like already too many damage amp. Okay. I already have an econ augment though. I'm not doing it. Oh, I can take this in this comp. Wait, and I just play this and fuck. I guess this for now, but also I have 5 sweat. This is backlines. Oh, whatever, man.
You won't escape.
Stay fast.
Freeze.
Like I probably just got baited, but like I can fit it in the comp. Like I have a quick striker and a sniper slot. Okay, vision. But I like having. I guess Dominator's not that important. If I have this and this, like I kind of have to commit to it now. I should just roll. That's not happening. This doesn't matter. Oh, that's huge. Okay. Let me this. Oh. What's this? I'll keep this, but...
Right where I want you.
So the way Tempo Automata would work, it's just Blitz, and then use Cog to hold for this. Obviously, I have not been playing even remotely intelligently, but that's the idea. So I have Visionary. I can slam Morello. I think I'm Morello adaptive. But I really like Redemption here. I think this I can... I've also not been positioning helpfully. But this is good. Wait, I have this. I'm trolling. Uh, okay. It actually worked for them. Good enough. I need to roll more.
Respect the Madonna. The world kneels to the Madonnas.
Play this. Yeah, that seems good. Okay, like I'm pretty sure I got baited into like I can fit it, but it doesn't mean it's good. So I'm done with this. Still need cog 2, I'm done with that. Okay, that's still disgusting. I guess loot explosion kind of makes a difference, but I mean the damage isn't that high. I think like my board's just weak. Maybe I was too hasty in moving items to Mel. I mean, it's okay. It's Mel's 1 versus Cog 1. So I feel like it's still correct. Oh. Oh.
You should have pledged your loyalty to me.
Okay, I'm just finishing that item, probably. Yeah. Oh. Well. I think in this case this is better. Have enough? No. Okay, I had the cog reroll option, but okay, they're just immortal. Okay. This is another thing I've been seeing a bit. I've been seeing a fair amount of zigs. So that's something to be on the lookout for. Like, they chose to go into zigs. Okay, I hope the queue is a little bit faster. Oh, that was a little bit faster.
killing stops when Zorn is free.
Lux. If I get, I mean, I would rather try Renata because that's like one I'm exploring. But if I get a Lux game, I wouldn't mind playing Lux.
Curiosity is gonna kill one of us.
Not
The
bad.
world has seen enough darkness. Curiosity is gonna kill one of us.
This is less good.
Finish the
I mean, okay, this start is pretty good for Lux specific. I mean, not bad for Renata either. But I need a rod here. If I don't get a rod, it might be over.
Taste.
That's not much better. Am I flipping? Okay, like, what, the only thing I don't want is, like, Irelia. Everything else is kind of workable. Like, if I get powder or something, like, I can just...
Unmatched power.
Oh. Eh?
Scurry, weakling. Something need killing?
Right. Okay. Untempo this. Do I slam this? I mean, yeah. Darius reroll. I guess. I have Sentinel, I have other stuff. Oh?
Scurry, weakling.
Okay, I think this is actually more useful than Watcher. Plus I lost. They leveled. Oh, they just start the game with Cog and a Rage Blade. That's not me. Wait, is this the Warwick encounter? Oh, it is Warwick.
This may hurt.
Unmatched power.
Yeah, that's funny. Like, I don't think Darius is that good, but I can just play Conquer. I mean, I only have 3 Conquer, which is a little I'm just looking for Swain on Carousel, honestly. Oh, it's fine. Swain. There is no Swain. So what am I looking for? I'm down for IE or something, or like BT. Or Edge of Night. I mean, Conqueror's gonna get a lot of stats, so I don't think I need much more. I think like IE would be okay. Oh,
A conquered nation is a loyal one.
cool. Sorcerer Watcher. Where do people have their things? Okay, that's not gonna again. They're a lost streak. That's fine. Up to the stream. I thought my stream is dying, or just my browser that's dying.
Unmatched power.
Well, I mean, everything it looks like it's still there. IE Hodge Hodge? Question mark.
Death by my hand.
I mean, it could be Sterak's Redemption. I mean, Sterak's isn't that good in Conqueror. I kind of want to... I don't have a backline that's good. Oh wait, it wouldn't even be... Yeah. I don't have good item slams. And this, I didn't even break any streaks that I wanted to. I'm fine. Warwick Hunger! Oh, let's go! I make 50! Okay, everyone getting the Spoils of War. That's what I like. Mentorship? Well, for my Darius? I am down, because these are rest of these I don't need. Kingslayer. Okay. Find your center? Oh. Iron down.
Something need killing.
Vander. Yeah, that's better.
This may hurt.
Oh. I have too many upgrades I need to hit.
Come out and play.
Actually, I'm baited by. I mean, okay, Swain is unlikely, and I don't have Brawl, so it just seems Swain. But that didn't cast. That's a redemption diff. Okay, my bad. It's okay. Darius is just the goat. Also, I am 100% just IE Hodgepodge at this point. Like, I am so down.
Unmatched power.
Corky, that is never going in. Okay, this is, yeah, this is probably better. Or temporarily. I could just level. I should just level. Play this tempo. And it's probably like, okay, that's what this isn't strong yet. It didn't hit any other units. But I think I should be prepared to slam redemption if I need it. I mean, now that I'm 7, I can probably roll.
Far from done killing.
Oh, I'm not getting that glove. Ambassa. No. Honestly. Okay. Commit to the dream while not sacrificing stuff. Once.
I'm doing this my way.
I mean, that's feasible. Yeah, for now it's... I don't know. Overroll. That's not gonna go in. But I do want to keep streak. I have to be very...
Right where I want you.
They have a Caitlyn. Well, they have a Caitlyn while playing Sniper. I think I lose. What? They rolled all the... They rolled for that. Are they actually there? They kill my streak. That's I'm not gonna play this, I think. I might look to play Emissary. Wait. Okay. Oh. That's not that useful anymore after I just hit everything. I can use it on the rel, I guess.
On my way.
Some of your broads.
Death by my hand.
Okay, so like... What do I even make out of this?
Seems to be blood everywhere I go.
Like, I need to roll and just hit. Oh, I can take. I mean, I'll take it later. BF sword. Oh, I'm down.
We fight for those who cannot.
Oh wait. I need some. Actually, I should have been rolling.
Unmatched power.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
Need blood sample.
Dawn is the future.
It's nearly time.
They're all so low, and so this actually pays off. Okay, that's interesting. No Mordekaiser. Okay, I have to roll now. I'm not committing to this. Hold on.
Imagine us, heroes.
Respect the Madonnas.
Oh,
Respect the Madonnas.
no Mordekaiser. They hit a Caitlyn on 7 while playing snipers, but I can't hit a Mordekaiser.
The world kneels to the Madonnas.
I'm down.
They will regret opposing me.
I'm doing this my way.
I'm using all my Ultra Fund.
Sacrifices must be made.
Okay, I'm just something that. I should have gone for a tank instead of damage. Wait, I'm sure I need a tank anomaly on him.
Unmatched power.
I really need to hit like a useful 5 cost. Like all these other people got to hit theirs. Why can't I hit mine?
Looking for me?
Death by my hand.
Men live, men die. Change is good.
A conquered nation.
Well, that's that. If I want to wait an extra round for
Not tolerate interference.
Darius. I don't know, I have an extra round. Also, how bad is this Ambessa unit? Like, they have LeBlanc, Savika.
They are the plague.
Sacrifices must be made. Unmatched. The light is fading.
On my way. Accelerate.
Baby, feel me now. Looking for me? You pledge your loyalty to me.
I needed a tank anomaly for sure. Something like a bulwark or stone skin or
The light is fading.
plus I need to hit.
Eureka!
Uh,
Submit.
This ends in ruin!
really? Okay. Well, I live at least. I think I lose, but I do live. But how bad is this?
Respect the Madonna.
Mordekaiser. I'm not even gonna get it. Like, that's the worst part.
Dawn is the future.
How is that even fair?
Only fools.
I found this, but I didn't find Mord. Wait, I'm positioning. Oh, that's not good.
Nearly time.
Heads up!
Okay, but how bullshit is it that I can't hit my thing and everyone else hits for free?
Illuminate their lives!
The world has seen enough darkness.
Luxury roll round 2. Like, it's not even much different from the Renata reroll, but I've only gotten successful games on Lux and not on Renata. Tier, that's acceptable. 1 rod. Oh, I'll open the scrap as well. Actually, maybe Enforcer. I'll have to pick between those two. Yeah, if I get sword, I might be open to Enforcer. Oh, that's fine. With a belt. Oh, okay.
Curiosity is gonna kill one of us.
Academy. What are these? These are not good. Ghost of Friends Past. That has to be good in Lux, right? I am doing it.
Finish the fight.
But I need infinite rods. I mean, with how nerfed it is, maybe it's not.
There is no retreat.
Wait, Prismatic Pipeline has a chance to give artifacts. Wait, I could have gotten a Ludens. I mean, I'm 4 Luxes. I can't really complain that much. And I'm probably lost streaking. I'll probably get a rod. I just need a Singe though, so that he actually gets the stacks. Fire likes Camille.
This may hurt.
I don't think I kill one more, but I mean, that's pretty good. Oh, she almost cast it again. If I slammed a tier, that might have made a difference. Okay, well, I need a rod. I need a rod. Oh, it's on my side. Okay, this is 1 out of 4. Also, I should probably do that. Second tier goes to that. What's am I getting now? 35 and 3. And now I should... I don't have the full loss streak. I mean, I might lose here, and that's fine. I didn't even kill that. Yeah, but that trade is ridiculous. Why did Myra even do that last game?
This may hurt.
Oh, cool. Oh. Alright, well, it's too late for that.
Rally to me.
This may hurt.
I don't want to be stacking. I mean, I guess I just prioritize the tankier board. Also, I absolutely should slam TG. No. Oh, yeah. No, I should definitely slam TG. Bronze for life, no.
Finish the fight.
Um... Oh, I don't understand this. I do it like this. I think this way is fine. Okay, so now glove is always good. And then I still need some rods. It's only 3 rods, so I'm still gonna prior that. But if I get a glove, that's fine.
Try to leave it dead.
We do not die
I'm
this
not
day.
gonna like go for it, but if it shows up, it's fine. We can swap sides now. Wait, I should just redemption in the middle. That's my bad. Okay, that's 100% positioning diff.
He's gonna kill one of us.
Okay, one of those 3 probably. Okay, well there's only one thing I want now. If I don't get it. So I have to prio Ginsu's before Spark.
The world has seen enough darkness.
Remember why we fight.
Oh, double. That's not bad.
It's nearly time.
I know it's on fire, so my lot damage is a little Lux Reliance. Okay.
To leave it dead.
This is for everyone I've lost.
The world has seen enough
Okay, but like
darkness.
where are the singed? Like I would trade this Irelia 2 for 1 singed. How does Academy work with like Thieves' Gloves?
On my way.
Like a Thieves' Gloves rolls the Academy item. Okay, this double redemption is disgusting. Bad item situation turns to very good.
Try to leave it dead.
That's...
This may hurt.
Oh, white I kind of... I can't pick these up. We'll play fine, so Lux on the roll down. Okay, that's a lot of orbs.
Try to leave it dead.
Okay, well,
We do not die this day.
okay, that's good.
Finish the fight.
Sure.
Remember why we fight.
Okay, I have all my rods. I need the other stuff. Okay, so I would slam this, but it's kind of good here to... Okay, now I need it. I am win streaking though. How disgusting bullshit is that? Honestly, I am kind of down for... just for them to have a little bit of damage. Singed. Where are they? Okay, but I should do this now for that. Alright, honestly, I should just do this. I'm kind of trolling. I would have won the last fight if I did that. I don't need to greed there. And now the Sentinels actually do damage. So now I'm looking for glove, sword, bow. Just the AD components. Okay, I lost my streak there for nothing.
This idiot on the floor.
Am I really holding on to that? I need to roll down a bit. Three redemptions, by the way. This person's still streaking. But they haven't... Their tempo. I can kill the streak, probably. With triple redemption, I think I definitely kill the streak.
Look ain't for me.
XD. Okay, that's that's really funny. Um. Okay, well they're all on the lowest cost, so that's not bad. I wanted the bow. I think I'll just take this.
My quest beckons.
This may hurt. This may hurt.
Okay. And now this guy. I'm down to sell that.
Try to leave a dent.
Okay, I really want to read here. Okay, but like this is pretty good, and also I kind of want to prove a point. But I also want to prove the other points. I got it. Okay, this is like actually broken. How much am I getting from this? Not a lot, but... Wait, I should be sacking the Nami for Ghost of Friends Ah, I see. Yes. That's actually... Yeah, that's correct. I think that's correct. Okay, I need one bow.
This ends in ruin!
He's gonna kill one of us.
Right. I'll find one Loris. Like I was griefing my econ with that. So I'm pretty sure I mean, it depends what I get, but if I get a Thieves' Gloves, I just put it on Eimer. Please, bow. Thank you.
Next time, try to leave
Okay, glove. Fuck. Where is that?
Don't blink!
Echo 1. Like, they just fed the garbage beer berry shit. Okay, Nami lived. I need to move its, like... Nami can't be living here. I think it's a... It's fine. At the carousel, I roll down for everything.
We will resist.
Like, she's just missing for fun. I want LeBlanc, but I want to use a Blight on.
I was lucky to get into the academy. I can't let the school down.
They are the plague. Eureka!
Need one Sentinel to replace the Nami.
is no retreat.
Testing. I yield to no one. I realize only flee. This ends in ruin.
What is Lux casting on?
The wrath of the Madada.
Only fools flee. This ends in ruin.
What is she casting on? She just missed the Ambessa like 4 times in a row. She just missed the Ambessa.
Someone scrape this idiot off the floor.
I don't think I have the means to.
I theorize your defeat. If I hate something, I destroy it. If I want something, I take it.
How many things am I missing? I can hit.
Every web, a masterpiece. Men live, men die. Change is good.
Almost on me.
For great science. Watch close. Few screws loose by the end of this. I theorize. Watch this. Testing in progress.
Like, he literally hits everything and I missed. Oh.
Heads up! Baby, feel me now.
I think it's a bit unfair that I can't hit anything. Also, Ghost of Friends Pass is very nerfed. It's actually too nerfed, actually. Wait. I have to wake up not too early. I have to wake up early-ish. I have to wake up at 9. Alright, I think, yeah, I'm not gonna fuck with my sleep more than I already have. So, did I even get any good games? I don't think I did. Unfortunate. Whatever. That's gonna be it for today. Everyone who's still here, thank you for watching. I'm try to be a bit more consistent. So, but I am still prioritizing YouTube content, so hopefully I can continue to stream like twice a week. Seems like a good pace.